Rebel and Soul's mission is to craft extraordinary memories, and we can only do that because of the inspirational people that we surround ourselves with. As a 100% female-founded and owned business, for the third series of 5 and 5, the focus is on the journeys of inspiring women and the experiences that have shaped them. We have the very inspiring Danielle with us. Danielle, can you share a little bit about what you do and what's your journey?
Hi. So my name is Danielle. I'm a partner at a management consultancy firm. We're a startup business here in the UK, but we've been growing very quickly over the last 3 years. We help businesses that are going through change and transformation, quite specifically in the retail and consumer space, with a varying degrees of things like technology, supply chain, IT. I started my career previously in executive search before moving over to take responsibility of our senior executive business here at Tessiant.
What has been the biggest influence on your life to date?
Sure. So I was thinking about this from a capacity of where my career kind of started and the route that it took. And it was actually getting a late diagnosis in life with dyslexia. So I was diagnosed quite late at school. I ended up finding out when I was 17 that I was dyslexic, and had a few challenges along the way of having the ability to sell and verbalize myself, but struggle a lot with my writing. And so it kind of, in a very roundabout way, started me down a path of really looking at communication and how I wanted to communicate, and taking on a number of different careers that I ended up actually verbalizing the way that I spoke to people, as opposed to focusing on my writing or my reading or anything else that was as perhaps much of a priority. So I think that was the thing that first started shaping my career and thinking about my career and the journey I wanted to go on.
Using what could perhaps be seen as a weakness as your strength, and focusing on it.
Definitely.
What's one piece of advice that you would like to pass on to others?
Well, that kind of leads on to this, because I think it's taken me a while, but the biggest piece of advice that I have learned is just work out what you're good at and focus on it. I think I spent so much in my early 20s worrying about having to be good at everything and having to learn how to do everything. And actually, the older I've got, and through, I guess, mentoring some really inspirational bosses, it's like, actually work out what you're good at, work out what you enjoy, and really focus on that. Don't let the stress of worrying about the things that make you unhappy and that you're not as good at take over. And I also think it's just incredibly inspiring to make sure that you're offloading the stuff that you need help with to the people that are good at it. So make sure that you focus on the things that you're positive at and bring you joy, and you bring in people that are experts in their field to do the things that they do best, would be my biggest thing.
Okay. And if you had to do it all over again, is there anything that you would have done differently?
I would have learned to say no earlier in my career. I think I was, and to probably be bothered a little or less bothered by people's opinion. I spent a lot of time picking up other pieces of work and taking on loads of responsibility and extra time, and really stressing myself out, when actually you just need to learn to say no, to set your boundary as well, and not be afraid that you might sometimes upset people along the way, but actually for your own positivity and growth, it's the right thing to do.
In the coming 5 years, what are your priorities?
So I want to continue to raise a very happy, positive child that I've got at the moment, and that's a big focus of mine, as well as continuing to have a very happy marriage and everything that comes with that. I want to really help my current company grow. We're on such a great trajectory, and I've really enjoyed being a part of that, and that's a big part of the next 5 years, is getting it to the place that we want it to be at. And then on a personal level, one of my old mentors always said that each chapter in your life to set yourself something personal. So in my 30s, I had something that was a goal, and in my 40s, my manifestation of what's coming is I want to buy a house abroad. That's what I'm going to do in my 40s. So on my personal, that's what I want to do. I want to buy somewhere warm that all my friends, my family, and everyone I love can come and spend time at. So that's the 5-year plan.
Well, good luck. Okay, and what are your 3 core values, would you say?
My top 3 core values. I mean, the first one is probably a really obvious and thing one, but I just think being kind to everyone is really important, and making sure that you treat everyone with the kindness that you'd want back, because I've had so many work experiences where that's not always the case, and I just think it's just very, very important. My second would be that I think give back when you can. I've always worked for businesses where we've been charitable, or we've been just, we've had the ability to mentor people. And I just think if you put out good energy, that you continue to help people along the way. I really think that you do get it, and I do think it pays back. And then my third one would just be respectful of people's time. I think it's really hard when you work in sales, because you put so much into constructing things for clients and doing things, and there's so often that you end up not getting a response, or people are late, or things happen. And actually now I've got to a more senior point in my career, and I've realized that I need to honor people in the same way. I've realized how important it is. So I just think being respectful of people's time and making sure that you give back what you'd expect is really important.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Danielle.
Thank you.